So our only real new concept are mole ratios. So mole ratios, kind of in the name, we can only do it for moles. We have to get to the mole of a certain compound in order to make this ratio work. We can't convert directly from volumes or masses or concentrations. We have to make sure we convert into moles first before we can do this. So let's just kind of see how to do that. So our example, we're going to use this balanced reaction, and it has to be balanced to work, in which we've been given 1.8 moles of FeCl3, and we want to find out how many moles of our reactants are required to make that, and if we were to make 1.8 moles of this, how many moles of water we'd also make. So let's check out the math. We have to do a different step for each compound that we're looking at. So we'll do Fe2O3 first. So it always starts with the information you're given. So we were given 1.8 moles of FeCl3. We're going to start with 1.8 moles FeCl3. Now to convert that to Fe2O3, we have to use the numbers from the balanced chemical reaction. So here's our ratio. What goes on top is always what you're trying to find. So we're trying to find iron oxide, it goes on top, and the 2 moles of iron chloride, the stuff that we already know about, goes on the bottom. So that 1 is because there's no number here, it's pretty much a 1, and that 2 is because it's balanced by a 2 here. So we do our 1.8 times 1 divided by 2, and we'll get 0.9 moles of iron 3 oxide are needed in order to make 1.8 moles of iron chloride. If we were to look at HCl, we start the exact same way. We start with 1.8 moles of iron chloride. This time, HCl is balanced by a 6, so that's where the 6 comes from. It goes on top because that's what we're trying to find. And what we already know about, the iron chloride, goes on the bottom. We do 1.8 times 6 divided by 2, and we end up with 5.4 moles hydrogen chloride. So if we had 5.4 moles of hydrogen chloride, we'd be able to have a reaction and make 1.8 moles of iron chloride. Water last, starting the exact same way with the information that was given to us in the question. We make a ratio. The numbers we've chosen come from that balanced chemical reaction. Water goes on top because that's what we're trying to find. Iron chloride goes on the bottom because that's what we already have information for. We do our 1.8 times 3 divided by 2. On the other side, we end up getting the 2.7 moles of water.